Hi, gay. I really need to stop doing that, but it cracks me up. Hi. I am here to do a review of the Tarocchi Vintage by Mr. Friborg. And, I love this thing. It's a very sexy deck. In fact, when I saw it on Instagram, my response was, that's a sexy deck, and it is. Arcantum.com, first edition, first printing. Tarocchi by Mr. Friborg is a classic 78 card tarot deck consisting of 22 major arcana, 56 minor arcana. There's 2 editions of this and an expansion pack. This is the vintage edition, and I went back and forth on which one I wanted to get because I love fresh, crisp art, and I love kind of distressed vintagey stuff, and I swing back and forth. I got this one because it was the version that I saw that made me get it. This is the nicest tuck box I have ever seen in my life. I'm just going to say that. It is textured, it is got different textures, it's embossed, it's sexy and tactile and just very, very cool. It's currently empty because the deck's right here. Comes with a little booklet and a little background on the deck. Just a little bit. Very small type, I will say. And as I'm aging, that is a thing that makes me sad. But what I like about the descriptions is that the creator puts them in terms of high polarity and low polarity, kind of rather than light and shadow or positive and negative. So very, very cool. But what you're here to see and what I'm waiting to show off to you is the deck. So let me zoom in a bit more. This is, now that's not zooming in. This is, like I said, a sexy, sexy deck. It's, you know, he's a thick deck, I'm not gonna lie. It's a big, thick deck. Cardstock is really, again, just sexy and tactile. I don't know why I'm being so thirsty today, but I am. Whatevs, you know. So just get ready. It's a thick deck. I hope you did your prep. Let's take a look. So, this is the back, and I love it. I love it. I don't think there's anything I don't like about this deck. All the faces in this deck are skulls, so just know that going in. But it's a deck that, like, I totally want to sort of bring out at, like, a candlelit event and just start reading, you know, telling people's fortunes. Because it just feels very, like, spooky in a cool way. You know, kind of like Tarot des Ambiguïtés. I'm never saying that right, and I hate myself for it. Love this papist. Look, this is just so good. So the non-distressed version, or non-vintage edition, doesn't have these little fuzzy moments. You can see it all on the website. I'm going to do what I always do, which is take the cards out of camera once we look at them so that I don't have to keep worrying about the pile. But yeah, it's so cool. So, but spooky, but like not like totally usable. You know, and just this color palette's great. All the skulls are this like dark copper color. I love this hermit. I mean, this is a hermit unlike anything, you know. So these were based on various ancient decks, and among them are things like the Sopraffino, the Minchiati, the Michatelli, the Neoclassico, and the Atea. But they were all sort of, oh god, hitting this tripod makes me so fucking angry. All redrawn from scratch by the creator. And, I mean, I'm just gagged. I love it. It's just so good. It's a little tough to shuffle because it is so thick, but it's not impossible. This devil card's great too. This is just rich. So I don't know. Like I went back and forth and I was like, which one do I get? And I really like this one. I don't really regret getting this one. I kind of like the aged quality to it. I don't think I would have been mad at the other version either. The one thing I'd say about the vintage edition is that you can clearly see that it's a very crisp white border around a slightly aged card. I don't know if the normal edition does that, but just FYI. But I just fell in love with this as soon as I saw it, and it just is even better in person. And I love the minors. It's a pip deck. It's not a Marseille pip deck. And it's not really, you know, typical traditional Italian. It's got some nods to Waite Smith, for sure. But it's its own thing. And I dig it just so a lot. I'm really excited to shuffle and pull out a spread for you all. It's a little, I would say, sort of close in a way toward the Pagan Otherworlds, which is a deck I have strongly mixed feelings about for some reason, but this one I don't. Um, I just really, really dig. Should I put the back? I put the backs back in the picture. Why? I don't want to keep messing with them. So here's the Courts of Wands. Just really good. I just lug it. Lug it? I lug it. I love it. This might be one of my favorite Pip suited cups ever. Throwing that out there. I'm really looking forward to just whipping this out, you know, for a client or for a market and just, you know, whipping this out. Guess I am really thirsty today. Jesus. Calm down. Buy a girl a drink first. I'm not really talking about the deck much because I love it. I don't really know what to say. It's so good. It is one of those rare, I would say, themed decks where I'm not bothered by the fact that, like, it shows all these skulls. I don't know. There's something memento mori about that, you know? It feels very fortune-tellery, and that to me is very, very attractive. I've seen other decks by this creator, and I've always been tempted, and I don't know why I've never pulled the trigger on buying them. There was a deck that I backed, or I tried to back on Kickstarter, that they had created, and my bank kept declining the fucking charges. And it does that a lot to me on Kickstarter, particularly if the content is coming from outside the United States, and it pisses me off. I have since just started using a credit card for those, which I don't love doing, but as a thirsty deck and content creator, a thirsty deck pig, as it were, I can't not kickstart things. And I also can't not order decks from overseas, because that's where most of the most exciting decks in many ways are coming from right now. So this is the suit of coins. So I love it so much. It's so sexy. It's so good. So just rich and good. And let's zoom out and get to what I've been waiting to do. I did shuffle this before. I had to put it back in order. But I just want to shuffle it again and pull some cards. Do a 9 card. So as I said, it is a weighty, thick situation. But it's not resistant to being riffle shuffled. It will. I always find with decks this thick, you kind of have to guide them toward the middle a little bit. You have to be a little more sort of aggressive in the way that you push the cards together in the initial riffle. Like, I can't really slow it down, but like I'm pushing the cards. Oh, there's some cards that are backwards. How'd you get like that? Knight of Wands, coins. Otherwise, you get a big stack on the top if you don't sort of guide the cards together that way. You know, as someone with small hands, this is a thing that I think a lot about. And, you know, I don't like... I love shuffling cards, so I don't like it when I can't sort of accurately shuffle a deck. It'll really stop me from working with it. Although, if it's a good enough deck, it won't. This is on the edge of being too thick. It's a good thing I don't monetize my channel, otherwise this would get demonetized. Edging and thickness and thirst. Alright, probably enough shuffling. So let's lay out some cards. Love, look how good it looks. This color palette is giving me. It is sending me. It is everything. Look how good. Like, if I were hired for, like, a party and it was, like, a themed, or, like, a Halloween or some kind of, like, spooky moment, I would go with this, but I also feel like I would just use it for anything. Because it's good, you know? But the color palette, weirdly, though it's very pink, feels kind of autumnal to me for some reason. So, I love this so much. This is the Tarocchi by Mr. Friborg, and I think it is dope. Well worth the money, and Love it. So that's a quick review. Nothing bad to say about it, honestly. Really dig it. Take care, be good, and we'll talk soon.